Dead Island 2 is 1 month away, and this week media outlets and YouTubers are finally getting their hands on the game and expressing their impressions. Skill Up, he called the game dumb fun, which is honestly quite refreshing to hear, because my expectations going into Dead Island 2, it's going to be a game where you can turn your brain off, pick the male stripper character, kill some zombies, and have some fun. Too often nowadays do games just lose out on that fun factor, aka the Callisto Protocol. But alongside all of these previews, we got a whole new mountain of gameplay to dissect and enjoy, and also got a much more in-depth look at what's in store for us for the future of Dead Island 2. And from what I have seen so far, I am both really excited and also have a little ounce of worry in certain areas that we'll go over a little bit later. Most of my feelings are incredibly positive, especially with all the new information that we learned pretty recently. You could say I am what the kids like to call hyped. IGN also made a video of their preview time, and the narrator sounds like he'd rather be dragging his balls through broken glass than talk about the game. But that video confirmed leaks from the past and also gave us some ideas on some of the major changes that happened from previous titles. Going into this week, we knew that Dead Island 2 is not going to be an open world game, and now it's been confirmed that the game is broken down into 10 smaller different districts with loading screens attached to it. And using interviews from the past, we know that level designers had a focus on ensuring that world design would have the player constantly fighting and going against zombies. They crafted levels purposely to put you in these situations, going ahead and giving you the tools to have fun in goofy, non-serious ways, and it looks like they achieved exactly that. I've been seeing a lot of people criticizing the fact that the game is not open world, but for me on the other hand, I'm quite keen with it. Especially nowadays, developers just focus on making these massive open world maps where they brag how vast and expansive it is, and then the game comes out and there's nothing to do, or better yet, you get a giant checklist of repeatable activities. It gets bland and boring very quickly, and I much rather have something small, more condensed, with a focus on ensuring that every area is up to expectations. Basically a quality over quantity situation here. The last thing that you want is a zombie game where all you're doing is walking around and looking at things. Where are all the zombies? Why does this world have nothing in it? This game isn't real. These small areas would hopefully encourage more exploration. World building and environmental storytelling would be able to shine through more than those large empty maps. And also because of this change, no vehicles are going to be present, which is a pretty big divergence from the original. There were a lot of funny moments I had from Dead Island 1 involving them, but because of their focus on combat in the sequel and more engaging fights, this change does make sense. But I mean, don't worry if you wanted to ride on a vehicle, something like a tank, maybe a helicopter, a ship. How about an airplane? And what if I told you every single one of these vehicles is detailed, modeled down to their individual components, and are highly realistic? Have you ever just wanted to go and really immerse yourself into those vehicles? Well, you're in luck, because today I'm here to talk about War Thunder. They are today's sponsor, and it is one of the most intense games that offers up fast action PvP experiences. It is by far one of the most realistic and tactical experiences that you can have right now for free. Take this vehicle right here. This tank is a powerful beast, and every time you go and shoot at your enemy, it never fails to feel so incredibly satisfying. And starting today, you can play War Thunder, the most comprehensive vehicle combat game to exist on the market right now, for free. You can play on PC, PlayStation, and also Xbox. You can do all that by using the link down below in the description and also the pinned comment. If you do so, you'll get a large free bonus pack with multiple premium vehicles, a premium account, boosters, and so much more. Thank you, War Thunder, for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to it now. Speaking of vehicles and aircrafts and airplanes, the leaked prologue from so long ago is actually true. You're on a plane, someone gets infected, obvious chaos ensues, the plane crashes, then you pick your character and go ahead on your journey in LA. And this is where you can go ahead and partner up with 2 of your other friends if you wanted to do co-op. And also throughout this media showcase, a lot of the systems, including skill cards, upgrades, crafting, it's all pretty simple. It's nothing special or too revolutionary. And I don't really think that's the type of game that they're going for, in my opinion. It's all very easy to understand and it's digestible, which, like I said in the beginning of this video, it's a game where you can turn your brain off, kill some zombies, and simply have fun. To my knowledge, it's not trying to be this super intense RPG with armor and gear screens. You remember how games tried so hard to mimic the whole Destiny system with gear and light levels? You saw it in Dying Light 2, you saw it in God of War, and you saw it in the now delayed Suicide Squad game. And I feel like nowadays when games have a system like this, it's so convoluted, it's not really player friendly, and a little part of me just wants to gouge my eyeballs out when I see a game with it. All of my hype for the Suicide Squad kind of died when I saw this screenshot. It's a system that doesn't need to be in every single game. Oftentimes, it's just a half-baked system that's never fully fleshed out anyway. And when it comes to Dead Island 2, that's just non-existent. It's just unlocking cards and skills, making changeable character builds with them, and that's it. It's very basic and simple, and I kind of like that. And I know it's going to be a problem for many because of the lack of the depth to the systems. Many may feel that it's a little dated, which I can totally understand. But now this topic kind of segues me nicely into my concerns and worries. They are indeed very minor. And of course, I still haven't played yet. I'm actually getting my hands on the game early next week, so some of my concerns could actually just be void once I have a controller in my hands to test it out for myself. But I'm still going to talk about it. To me, it feels that the animations and physics look a little weak, almost stiff-like, and let's not be confused with the gore system. That looks amazing, that looks incredible. How zombies react to being hit in the head and stabbed, that looks great. It's everything else surrounding it that looks off. It feels and looks slow, like the combat system is not as polished as it should be. Like dropkicks just don't look super satisfying. Like looking at certain clips of the dropkick, it looks kind of sluggish to me in some areas. Certain swinging animations and how melee combat looks just doesn't look as satisfying as it could be. And now this could be because of the simplicity behind the system. It doesn't look like it's aiming to be anything extraordinary outside of the gore system. That's really where my biggest concern and worry arises from. Melee combat, it's the major focus. It's the core gameplay element that you're going to be using aside from firearms. And if it falls flat, the game could be in trouble, although all of this could just translate better in actual gameplay. But leading into the release of this game, I'm going in with the expectation that I'm going to be playing something fun, something simple that will offer up hours of content. It's going to be a game that I can play alongside a few friends that isn't too complex, and I'm okay with that. Not every single game needs to redefine the genre and the gaming industry as a whole. Not every single game needs to have these 1 to 2 year post-launch support roadmaps. There's someone over there. I mean, they do have plans for a couple DLCs, but it doesn't look like it's going to be anything beyond that. Dead Island 2 looks like the game that you can just pick up, play everything that it has to offer, have fun with it, and then move on to other games. And honestly, that's a little refreshing for me. From everything that I'm seeing regarding this game, it looks like it's the perfect above average game that's enjoyable to play. I mean, I'm still in awe that this game is even coming out in the first place. I've had it pre-ordered since 2014. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know yours down below. And of course, like I said, I'll be showcasing Dead Island 2 gameplay on this channel relatively soon. And with all that said, see you later. Bye bye. Once again, thank you so much to War Thunder for sponsoring this video. Go ahead, check them out on PC, PlayStation, and also Xbox. You can do all this by using the link down below in the description, and if you do so, you'll get a free bonus pack with premium content such as vehicles and account boosters and tons more goodies. Thank you again.